Hey everybody, this is your real estate mate. Thank you so much for watching this video. We're talking about 4 growth areas that you need to keep an eye on if you're an investor and looking for great capital appreciation and great rental yields when those properties hand over. So we're going to jump straight into these 4 growth areas. I believe these 4 growth areas are still highly undervalued, and I will highlight the benefits of investing and why investing, because there's a few real estate investment fundamentals that we can't deny, that boxes need to be ticked before we decide we're going to place our money with these developers in these locations. My number one objective is to make sure that by the year that you actually see the property realize, it hands over, or at the time that you actually want to sell it, I can keep to my word and get it done for you. And that's the purpose of this channel, is to give you transparent advice, to give you the advice that no one else will really give you, because they just want to grab your money and do the deal with you and then maybe just leave Dubai because this city is way too hard for them. That happens. The real estate market is cyclical in terms of brokers coming and going, but Dubai as a city is no longer cyclical. So the future prospect of the city, where people are actually moving here, moving their family and their kids here. Our schools don't have more space. We need investors like you to come and build schools because we need more schools. You know, there's such a bright future in accordance to the development agenda, the urban development agenda of the city, that I'm just excited to share this with you. And on that note, the reason that these developers are launching one project a day, one project a day in the city is going to launch every single day for 2024. So which opportunities are actually good? Which opportunities should you go for? Will there be better opportunities in a month from now? It's a very scary market. This channel is here for you, to help you, to guide you, to give you the information you need to make an informed decision. So if you want to get in touch with me and you want to have a face-to-face just like this, to chat to the guy that's on YouTube, there's a link in my description. It takes you directly to my calendar where you can book 30 minutes with me and I can answer all your pre-prepared questions. If you haven't invested here, which is a scary thing to do, chat with me. Dive into my calendar and let's have a good 30-minute dynamic chat. I'm pretty sure you'll find value in that, as most of the investors who I do work with that come through this channel have found it extremely helpful. So that link is in the description. We're going to dive into these 4 areas. The first area, that is a opportunity zone. So 4 growth areas or 4 opportunity zones. The first location is JVT. Now, JVT, I've been preaching about JVT for the last 6 months. Last 6 months, every investor who wants to get into the entry-level market, the mid-market, where it's not expensive and people actually can afford to move to and rent from and live in, JVT is that location. Highly underestimated. However, the top-tier developers have now entered the arena. Now, Ellington, one of the top-tier developers in Dubai, have decided to take a plot in JVT, and they've had this plan all this time. It was just the right time now for them to launch this project. And I'm pretty sure, I have to check my phone, but sales are happening in that project. And it's not like this plot is higher than any other plot or in a better position. Quite frankly, this plot is positioned right next to a main road. Now, if these top tier developers decide to take a plot that is on a main road, it should speak volume to the belief that developers have in this location. So this location is already settled. So some of the investment fundamentals is, if I buy here with a purpose to hold this property, to rent it out, why would people come to me to rent from me in this location? Well, then we look at the amenities and the infrastructure. The infrastructure is great. Then you already have a mixture of hotels, apartment blocks, mid-rise, high-rise. You have villas. You've got plenty of parks. You've actually got a free paddle court in JVT. Paddle is expensive. There's free paddle courts, there's parks, there's schools, there is a gas station, which is a very big plus point because gas stations are hard to find in Dubai. It's settled and it's not that big, so you don't have massive inflow and outflow of traffic. It's pretty seamless. So in a small location like that, where developers are saying, look, we've got to get into this location, it's a good indication that you should invest, because developers are not moving independently from the urban development agenda of this government. This government will license developers to launch plots and buildings and developments only in chosen locations that is aligned with that agenda. And if you look at what the city has done, what this government has achieved, how efficient and effective they run the city. Dubai, I saw a video the other day, Dubai is not a city, Dubai is a business, and it runs very, very, very smooth. So not rest in peace. Be rest assured, JVT will deliver exactly what you expect to get from your investment. Area number 2 is, of course, JVC. JVC is on the radar of most investors. And again, it's an entry level to mid-market location where your top tier developers have been developing for the last few years now and continue to do so. I just sold a studio to a South African investor who was referred to me by a South African broker who lives in Dubai but wasn't here, so he had to give me the client. I dealt with this client and we went through this project, and this video is not project specific, but all the fundamentals of real estate investment was clear. The developer that we went with, we looked at their past developments in this location. Was there capital appreciation? If he wanted to sell at any given point past the NOC stage, would he be able to get his money back plus profit? If he wanted to rent, what is the past reputation of rental contracts in buildings from this developer? And they were all in the green. Now, there are a few developers that can't say the same, and that's where you need to have an agent, a broker, a representative here in Dubai who understands the market and who understands the dynamics and fundamentals of real estate investment and fundamentally understands what your goal is. Now, we all have a certain budget of what we can spend, and that's why we are looking at JVC, because the entry prices for studios right now is around 590 to 690, depending on the location in JVT and depending on the developer and their quality of delivery and their reputation. So it's really important to dive a little bit deeper than just location and to get to understand this location better. So again, to phrase and go back to the question, why would, if my intention is to keep this studio 1-bed, 2-bed, why would people rent this from me in 2026, 2027, when this is handed over? And we're looking at the rental demand in this location for new buildings. If we look at the rental yields and demand for new buildings, new architecture, there's such a big demand for that. Your older buildings can't keep up and they can't demand these high rents that your Ellington and your Leos and your Imtiaz and Iman developers are getting and achieving, because the quality of the buildings just aren't there. So that's why you want to get into something new, wait for it to hand over end of this year, end of next year, and get some cash flow from it. And if you can, sell it for profit. A client of mine bought a studio in Oxford 212. He bought it at like 570,000. We've got offers on the table now. It's handed over. We've got offers on the table now for like 800,000, 850. He's not selling. It's just good to know that there's such a great appreciation, and he just invested with the right developer. Growth area number 3, or the opportunity zone number 3 in Dubai, is Arjan. And I've been preaching Arjan for the last 6 months to these investors that I work with, and some of them luckily took action on it, and they're extremely happy about their decision. Now, Arjan has a huge tailwind behind it. Arjan is less developed than JVC. If you don't know this area or you don't know the city, that won't really mean too much to you, but it is less developed, and your top tier developers are moving into this location. Some developers are taking over half-built buildings and redesigning, repackaging, and reintroducing it to the market, and sold out within 2 days. I can't help laugh about this because the opportunity in Arjan is tremendous. Why is it such a good location? Why are people running to this location? Well, again, fundamentally, look at the infrastructure. It's right next to a main road that takes you 20 minutes to get to the Dubai International Airport, or to Al Maktoum Airport, 35 minutes. You also get to Dubai Hills, which is notoriously one of the most sophisticated locations in Dubai, which makes it also a little bit more expensive, but still a great investment location. It has the best mall in the city, Dubai Hills Mall, in my opinion. It's brand new, it's wonderful, it's beautiful. I just love the experience. On the weekends, it's full of kids, so I don't go there. It's on Sakim Road. There is a Mediclinic, a big hospital, Mediclinic right there. We've got Butterfly Garden, Miracle Garden, which is extremely busy every single weekend with people. Then we also have 2 or 3 different schools and colleges within that location. It's just phenomenal. It connects you to everywhere you need to be very quickly. Now, the price per square foot has dramatically increased since the wind started blowing in Arjan and everyone started rushing. But the opportunity is still there. It's still early. It's still underdeveloped, and your price per square foot is going to be extremely attractive in 3 years from now, when it just becomes a normal area where people trade real estate. So that's the growth and opportunity zone. Number 3 is Arjan. Don't miss out on those opportunities. Fourth but not least, the fourth growth area, the fourth opportunity zone in Dubai, and the city is expanding quickly in that direction, and that is Dubai South. Dubai South, Emaar, top tier developers already there. Dubai South, the government developer, they do villas and apartments. They're already there. The Al Maktoum Airport is already there. We've got Jebel Ali Port that's already there. We've got MAG with existing location. We've got Expo City, which is world renowned for its for the show that it put on during the Expo in 2022, which is Expo 20, or was it 2021? Anyway, time flies when you are having fun in the real estate market like Dubai. Now, that location, Dubai South, is so underrated. And right now on my phone, Emaar actually sent through a notification and an invite. And the invite says Fairways Villas 3. Look at that. Fairways Villas 3. So basically, in the city, every single day for 2024, there's going to be one launch, at least one launch. One launch of a new project in this city every single day of 2024. So ask yourself a question: am I going to miss out, or is the next thing the best thing? It's really important to book that meeting in my calendar. The link's in the bio or the description. Book that meeting. Let's get down onto what your goal is, and then we can align these launches and these projects with your goals and budgets to make sure that you make an informed decision. So they're launching villas. So the Fairway Villas are on the fairway. Emaar South is a golf course community right next to the Al Maktoum Airport. It's a phenomenal location, and it already has residents, and the occupation levels of tenants are over 80%. I'll say close to 90%. The investors who have property there want to buy more property there because of the future prospect of Dubai South, along with the tailwind that is behind Dubai South. The reason for that is also Palm Jebel Ali. Palm Jebel Ali is your high premium 18 million dirham, 20 million dirham, 30 million, 80 million dirham plots and villas on Palm Jebel Ali. Palm Jebel Ali, I want to rewind to 2001, 2004 when Palm Jumeirah launched. And if you go more towards inland and you look at everything that is in line with with Palm Jumeirah. It's sophisticated areas. It's established locations. People are having great performance in rental yields and capital appreciation 20 years after the fact. So the opportunities in Dubai South is the exact same or better that you had in 2001, 2004, 5, 6 when Palm Jumeirah launched. That is where you want to be very early on to catch that wave of new projects, because even Azizi comes to mind. They just launched a crazy big project in Dubai South, and they're selling like this. And I'm not selling like this has no value to you. It's like, why should I buy just because everything's selling? It's looking forward, looking to the future, looking why are people buying there. Thousands of transactions happening on a monthly basis. Then there must be something to be said for a location like that. So Dubai South is highly underrated, and there's great opportunities, top tier developers, and Emaar Fairway Villas 3. Excited for that. I actually just came through. So if you found value in this video, smash the like button and share or subscribe. And also go down to my calendar, book a meeting with me for 30 minutes. Let's talk, let's get down to it and see what opportunities lie in these 4 opportunity zones, these 4 growth zones in Dubai. How do they align with your goal for financial freedom, wealth, and prosperity through real estate investments here in Dubai? I'll catch you on the next video.